Hey, good morning, everybody. It's early mornings LALATE, the 6:30 edition. How are you? The toast is toasting, the butter is buttering, I'm here, you're here, and boy, what a day it's gonna be. In this video, I go over what's gonna happen with that $2,000 stimulus check now that the Cash Act is imploding quickly. And I'll be turning to third stimulus. What will be in third stimulus? I'm going to compare and contrast how the Cash Act sort of can merge into third stimulus. I'll be explaining what's happening with the Senate and the House and the new people coming in, and sort of the fact that the House is closed and what it means for all these bodies to get things done. And can the Cash Act get revised? That's a $2,000 stimulus check. In the video right before this, I went over the $600 stimulus check and all the big things coming to you next week. But in this video, I go over what could happen shortly thereafter. This is Early Mornings LALATE. Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Early Mornings LALATE. How are you? Boy, what a day it is. The video right before this, I went over the money that is coming to you starting next week under the second stimulus package, like SNAP, like PPP, like EIDL, like all these great things that are coming at PUC, all these things coming in the next few days, and how I want you to know what everything is. But in this video, I'm going to go over the $2,000 stimulus check battle, if that is going to come shortly thereafter. And I'm going to go over third stimulus check and third stimulus package. That's Biden stimulus. So please subscribe, because boy, this is now a 48-hour, did I say 48-hour? 24-hour news channel, programming from 1 a.m. to 1 a.m. the next day. We started today's show programming with EIDL at 1 a.m. on the West Coast. Unemployment at 2 a.m. and then Early Mornings LALATE. If you missed those two earlier shows, you can watch them now on the channel. Meantime, over there is an instant premiere. As an instant premiere, you can chat along with your profile buddies, talk about what you think about the $2,000 stimulus check, talk about what you think with the Georgia Senate races and more. Meantime, if you've not subscribed, please do. Also like this video and also hit the alert button so you get alert when I go live next on Mornings LALATE at 8:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And with that, let's get to the breaking news. The breaking news, as you see here this morning, is that the $2,000 stimulus check battle is getting off the tracks really badly. Not procedurally so much, but substantively. Over the last 2 days, I've detailed that the scandal has erupted in which we now realize that the Cash Act, the bill written by Nancy Pelosi's team in the House to give you $2,000, has a flaw in it. The flaw in it is that rich people get a stimulus check. There's no doubt about it. There actually is a flaw in the bill, where people who made $300,000 as a married couple get $9,000 stimulus checks and $350,000 get $6,000 stimulus checks. It's a mistake. Rich people don't need stimulus checks. And Nancy Pelosi actually qualifies to get a stimulus check under this bill. So this is a clear error in the drafting of the language of the bill. The Cash Act will never pass if anyone wakes up, and I do believe they're going to see this. We've been hearing about this rumor mumbling for a while from Susan Collins. So let's presume Cash Act is gonna die. Then what is next? Is there a path to get the $2,000? Yeah, absolutely. It's very, very easy. When the House reconvenes, they do a new Cash Act, they revise the language, and they send it to the Senate. And then the Senate gets it, and then the Senate sends it off to the President. Okay, so when would they do this, and who would be voting on it? Well, let me explain what's happening. This Sunday, the new Congress is sworn in. So there is the lame duck session of the Congress is over as of this Sunday. Now, the lame duck period of the presidency is not over until January 20th, approximately. So, and the House is also still not back in session. So first the House has to reconvene with its new members, do a Cash Act 2.0, and then send it to the Senate. By that point, we will already have the results of the Georgia Senate race runoff to determine whether the Senate goes blue or stays red. And at that point, then it could either be sent to Trump or sent to Biden, depending on which week they're doing it. Now, ultimately, should this get rolled into third stimulus? And is this third stimulus? A lot of viewers have been asking me this question. And, you know, it's really sort of obvious to me, and I don't understand why they don't see it as obvious, congressional leaders, not viewers, but congressional leaders. Biden wants to give you multiple stimulus checks. Okay. What's the amount of the stimulus check? Biden won't tell you. Well, what is the most likely amount of stimulus check? Well, it depends on what month you ask the question. Since I think it was maybe August, I just been hitting hard and hard and hard every single day on this channel that Harris and Sanders and Markey wrote the $2,000 check bill every month for 6 months until the pandemic goes away or unemployment goes down, neither of which events have occurred. And that bill said $2,000 every month. At that point, through the fall of 2020, $2,000 was a widely disliked number. It was seen as insane, enormous, huge, gargantuous. It was just awful. Even $1,200 by some was seen horrible. Now, at the same time, I was reporting for months that there's a whole history behind the number $1,200. It was a rushed number that sort of came out of nowhere in March of 2020. They just suddenly said $1,200. There was no analysis that $1,200 was the embodiment of something or fixed something with the $1,200. But Senator Harris went on Chris Hayes on CNBC in the summer of 2020 and slammed $1,200, saying no one could survive on one $1,200 stimulus check of the CARES Act 1, the first stimulus package. You need to have at least 1 month of $2,000 and several months of $2,000. Well, those words seem to fall into deaf ears. During the entire time in which Harris was the VP nominee, she never acknowledged her own bill. It became sort of a running gag, and Biden never acknowledged her own bill as well. So as we came into the fall, Biden said you're going to get multiple stimulus checks, but when asked the amount, he refused to acknowledge it. And now we are where we are today, that both Republicans and Democrats want to give you a $2,000 stimulus check. Well, that's really good. In fact, I would say that if you were to call the vote today on just the amount, you could get almost a 90% support of $2,000. It's that shockingly good at the moment. The problem with the situation, however, is not that. One, it's the eligibility, the adult-dependent issue. And two, the bigger issue of do you want to do it now or hold it for multiple stimulus checks? I just presume, why is it not in multiple stimulus checks? Here's the issue. It takes several weeks to pass a bill. And so why is Nancy Pelosi not riding with Joe Biden this third stimulus check and third stimulus package now, getting it ready for the Senate, the House now, and getting it ready to go to the Senate thereafter? That's where the $2,000 stimulus bill amount should be. It should be in the third stimulus check and third stimulus package. Now, we all love a standalone bill. We all love a standalone stimulus check bill. And yes, we would like to get the $2,000 in our hands now and not be tied up on something else. So there is that argument. Give us the remainder of $2,000 stimulus check now. Don't hold up our stimulus check because you want to do an $8 trillion third stimulus package. I got that one. But other than that, it is sort of an anchor in a way to say, $2,000, well, let's just do $2,000 for 6 months. Or unemployment goes down or pandemic goes away. Someone asked me last night in live chat, when do you think the pandemic's going to go away? I said, at least June. It's not before June. I mean, you have to say, it has to be, certain events have to occur. The vaccine has to be in wide distribution. We're at almost, we're kicking into January and not a single vaccine has been dispersed in the state of California. I mean, it's just, how long till January? How long until people fix the disbursement of the vaccine? It could be a very long time. And so there you go. I really think that the $2,000 stimulus check could be a standalone bill, as it is with Cash Act 2.0 coming potentially. But ultimately, it should be anchored with the understanding that third stimulus package should be coming right soon. What else is in third stimulus package besides multiple stimulus checks? There's a lot of stuff in there. FPUC retro at $600 a week brings you from now back to July and then forward again at $600 a week. Yeah, it's an accounting nightmare. It's just an accounting nightmare. But it's basically covering that period. It's a lot of weeks. It's 30-something weeks at $600 a week. $18,000. Can you imagine? Imagine per person $18,000 of FPUC retro. There's that issue. Then there's the EIDL grant, which is coming back, $10,000, or the remainder of your $10,000 grant, or the grant you never got. And then we're going to see the PPP again. We're going to see hazard pay, $10,000. We're going to see the CDC grant, the Lifeline grant, the rent grant, the utility grant, the food grant, Mr. Grant, Mrs. Grant. There's going to be a grant for everything. And viewers are going to be like, oh my goodness, this is just overwhelming. It is overwhelming. And the thing that bothers me more than even the GOP taking ownership of the Senate once again is that there's a lot of duplicative elements in these proposals for Biden, including the $2,400 of SSI and SSDI. There's a lot of duplicative items. The duplicity of some of these items is almost comical. I mean, it's insanely comical that no one, it's sort of along the lines of Nancy Pelosi giving a stimulus check to people who made a $250,000 a year. Here's an example. You're an Uber Lyft driver. You just started Uber and Lyfting, middle of last year. You did, here and there and on the side. You made $3,000, business. Not a lot. So here comes Biden with third stimulus check and third stimulus package. Get ready. For an Uber and Lyft driver who made $3,000 last year, get an EIDL grant, $10,000. Yeah, you just made $3,000 last year. Now get a $10,000 EIDL grant. Yeah, EIDL. Get a CDC grant, a frontline worker because you're an essential worker. Another $50,000. Bam, $60,000. Get a Lifeline grant, $50,000. Oh, you're $110,000 now. Congrats. Can we keep on going? Yeah, let's keep on going. How about some rent grant? $2,000. Sure, $112,000, $102,000 an hour. The utilities, another $2,000. $104,000 we are for that Uber Lyft driver who made $3,000 last year. Some FPUC retro, $18,000. Love it. Doesn't that sound great? $125,000. And you made $3,000 last year. Someone's going to wake up and see, wait a second, why are we giving someone who made $3,000 last year $125,000 to recoup for this pandemic? What are you recouping from? Are you recouping for the Taj Mahal? You're recouping, you're going to the Neverland Ranch and just, what are you doing with all this money? So at some point, someone's going to say, wait a second, this is too much money. It's too duplicative. They're going to have to say, no, you can't get all those things. You either get this or that. You can't have the entire smorgasbord of Biden stimulus. But that is the nuance that we're dealing with. And thank you for joining me because I have more about this on Mornings at LALATE. If you've not subscribed, please do. Go to the front of the channel, subscribe. Also, like this video and hit the alert button so you don't miss a new video when a new video goes live. Make sure you're part of this community because this community rocks and this community delivers you fun, informative information around the clock 24/7. As always, stay informed, stay smiling, and stay LALATE for more.